Travis Wayne Goodsell, after the last video about calling out Mormon parents to get their Russian missionary kids home, it should be expanded to all missionaries all over the world. So, yes, Mormon parents, get your kids home. Get them home now. Don't hesitate. Don't wait for Nelson. He's not doing it. He pulled them out of Ukraine only. There are things being set up that will require in the immediate future to have your kids come home anyway. It is not productive to keep Mormons out there in the mission field and wait until war is officially declared or when it comes knocking on their doorstep. That's a little too late then, because refugees from Ukraine, over 300,000, they went by bus, they went walking. Those who had cars took cars, you know, only taking with them what they could carry. And most of the time it was kids that they were carrying. And so this is absurd for Nelson to just abandon the church this way. This is wartime. Putin isn't going to stop with Ukraine. He's going after the rest of Eastern Europe. And so all the missionaries in Latvia and Lithuania and Poland and Europe and Canada, Putin's threatening Canada now. And China is threatening Taiwan. Australia. And so don't think that Putin's going to be the only one warring. Because once it's in full swing, China will see that as their window of opportunity to go in and occupy Taiwan, to officially make it official. And then Australia. I don't know why Australia. That's way down there. I mean, yeah, they've got some beautiful scenery. You got kangaroos. But that was used by England for the criminals to just dump them on the island. So weird. But yeah, North Korea, yeah, South Korea. They'll go after South Korea. Get our missionaries out of there. And Japan. Kim Jong-un did a test missile launch the other day, and Japan was furious. They'll be at war. Everybody will be at war. No one is safe. We were told this in Scripture. Let's go to that one first. Doctrine and Covenants, section 45, which is a parable. So guess what? It's not Jesus. It's not the Jews. It's not Jerusalem. Not the Jerusalem temple. But he does explain it in between. So, it shall be called the New Jerusalem, a land of peace, a city of refuge, a place of safety for the saints of the Most High God. So this isn't build Zion where you are. Yeah, Ukraine lost their Zion then. Nelson did nothing to save them. It is not a land of peace, safety, and refuge. This is a specific location. And no, it's not Missouri. there's some scripture that's not included in our Doctrine and Covenants because it says bad, not faith-promoting things about Brigham Young. 19 July 1840. The glory of the Lord shall be there, terror of the Lord shall also be there, inasmuch as the wicked will not come into it. The Mormons who keep threatening my life will not be in there. They will not be allowed there. They will not tolerate it being there. It'll bore them. It will frustrate them. What do you mean I gotta be good? I'm Mormon. You can't tell me what to do. You're taking away my agency to be bad. They will not want to be there. And it shall come to pass among the wicked that every man that will not take his sword against his neighbor must needs flee to Zion for safety. We're there, guys. And there shall be gathered unto it out of every nation, and it shall be the only people that shall not be at war one with another. This is the moment for all my videos. This is the final act, the final scene, the final inning, the final quarter, whatever metaphor you want to use. This was the whole purpose and point of my channels. And the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been trying to silence me about warning of this day, of this moment. I can feel it in the air and dying. Oh Lord. That's going to be the theme song. Let me write that down. Good old Phil Collins. See the description below. It's so funny when people do that. Like and subscribe. See the description below. And so, Heber C. Kimball, Mr. I didn't realize it was Joseph Smith Sr. who I petitioned for at Canandaigua Lodge, New York, to become a Royal Arch Mason, which was approved. Heber C. Kimball has talked about a test is coming. And I'm sure most Mormons are aware of this. It's an underground document. It's from the Journal of Discourses. And so, is it just on the one page? Cool. I got it to fit on one page. So, Heber C. Kimball, Conference Report, October 1930. So that would have been J. Golden Kimball, I believe, who was reporting this about Heber C. Kimball. Either that or it was typed in wrong. But yeah, J. Golden Kimball, Mr. Pleasant of Speech, quoted from his uncle or father. I don't think, well, I don't know. Whatever he was in relation, but let me read this for you and understand, now that all of you have been all caught up on all my thousands of videos and are all up to date and understand everything that I understand, right? And this will now horrify you as to what he's saying, because he's the one who got Brigham Young to join and be the leader, as he got to be the voice behind Brigham, just like Oakes is to Nelson, to do all the atrocities that they did and to overthrow America, as they kept trying different ways to do until the United States shut them down permanently, until Heber J. Grant came along. But nonetheless, after a while, the Gentiles will gather in Salt Lake City by the thousands. That's Christians. And this will be among the wicked cities of the world. See that? Christians are evil. Are you sure you want to be Christian, Mormon? Mormons? A spirit of speculation, that's business money thing, and extravagance will take possession of the saints. Yeah, they'll get rich and prosperous. And the results will be financial bondage. Oh no, credit card debt, they knew! An army of elders will be sent to the 4 quarters of the earth to search out the righteous and warn the wicked of coming events. Is that what they were doing? Is that what I did in New York, New York? I don't seem to recall doing that. Nope. We told them the church's lies that Joseph Smith was talking about Jesus. We are the one true Christian church of the one true Jesus. When Joseph Smith was clearly said, no Christianity, no Jesus. Nonetheless, I wasn't warning anybody of the second coming. That was clear. No second coming. It's avoided for the most part. It just generally goes over Matthew 24, and that's about it. The list there, as Joseph Smith Matthew also has the same list. And so all kinds of religions will be started, and miracles performed that will deceive the very elect. He's talking about Mormons being deceived by the heathen Christians. If such a thing were possible. He's saying Mormons are gullible. Persecution comes next. And all Latter-day Saints will be tested to the limit. Yeah, Nelson's sure testing Mormons to the limit. Brad Wilcox let him get away with it, and it pushed many to the limit. Take it to the limit one more time. Many will apostatize, leave the church, because the church will be causing the persecution of the saints. You see how he's twisting this? He's passing it off to the Christians, that Christians will come in and say, hey, you're not Christian, what are you doing? And so he's vilifying Christianity in advance of self-fulfilling. Mormons will listen to this, they'll see Christians move in, and remember, they didn't want people outside of Mormons to come to Utah and to come to the whole kingdom of Deseret in the west. And that needs to be understood here. He's saying the United States is keeping us from having our land. And so now heathens will be coming in and will occupy even Salt Lake City, and corrupting the Mormons. The church was shut down with the Edmunds-Tucker Act because the church is corrupt. See this, if you don't know what I've been telling you, you're going to miss that in what he's saying here. He's a criminal. Organized crime. And he's talking about blaming Christians for Mormon apostasy and the second coming, just like Putin is doing. Huh. That's interesting. The same playbook, huh? Hold on, how can I do this? And so persecutions will come next, and Mormons will apostatize, and others will stand still, not knowing what to do. Where do you fit for Brad Wilcox? Did you apostatize by saying, that's it, I'm out. You pushed me over my limit. I can't continue to go to BYU and take classes with that guy. Or are you just remaining silent, standing still, sitting in his class, hearing him continue to be racist and sexist and bigoted because the church did nothing to him? Which category are you? The judgments of God will be poured out upon the wicked. Mormon apostates. To the extent that our elders from far and near will be called home. Or in other words, the gospel will be taken from the Gentiles, and later on will be carried to the Jews. But I thought the Jews were going to be destroyed in this war. I thought it was in Jerusalem, not Ukraine, called Magog, Ezekiel 38. And so pay attention to this part. See, he's the enemy. He's a criminal mob boss with Brigham Young. Now listen to the part about the United States of America. The western boundaries of the state of Missouri will be swept so clean of its inhabitants that, as President Young tells us, I'll pass the buck to him, huh? When we return to that place, Nelson says we're not going. And Joseph Smith, that 19 July 1840 talk that Brigham Young didn't put in as a section, says we're not going to that place either. It's southern Illinois. There will not be as much as a yellow dog to wag his tail. Before that day comes, however, so there's going to be a genocidal extermination event in at least Missouri so far. And a big enough war that elders will be called home from their missions. And I've already done it. I've called out Mormons, missionaries to come home now. Parents, get them home now. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Because it's going to be horrifying to hear of the tragedies of missionaries fighting to get on a plane or a bus or walking over the mountaintops. Climb every mountain. Oh, I'm going to start crying now. with that Edelweiss song. Dear God. I do not want to hear these tragedies' tales. Get them home, get them safe. Even though home isn't going to be very safe very soon either. But at least they'll be with you. Before that day comes, however, the saints will be put to the test that will try the very best of them. Yeah, Brad Wilcox is a perfect example. The church abandoning Mormons. Nelson destroying the church. Stripping it of everything. Passing the buck to the stake presidents and local leaders. Washing their hands of us. Forcing us to go to church as people are getting sick, hospitalized, and dying. The pressure will become so great that the righteous among us will cry unto the Lord day and night until deliverance comes. Yes, we think we are secure here in the chambers of these everlasting hills. But the United States isn't playing nice, not allowing our religious freedom to commit crime. Where we can close the doors of the canyon against mobs and persecutors, the wicked and the vile, who have always beset us with violence and robbery. He's the leader of the Gadianton band within Mormonism called the Danites. But I want to say to you, my brethren, that the time is coming when we will be mixed up in these now peaceful valleys to the extent that it will be difficult to tell the face of a saint from a Mormon enemy. From the face of an enemy against the people of God. Now, I don't see their faces, but I see their comments. Then is the time to look out for the great sieve. I just did that video. Nelson's purposely kicking out the righteous. For there will be a great sifting time, and many will fall. Yeah. So much that the church says, we're not going to keep track of membership numbers anymore. That's their whole plan, is to purge the church, and then on the conference weekend before 8 April 2024, which will be on a Monday, they will restore the church with new restored Mormonism and Russians to replace us in these valleys. For I say unto you, there is a test coming. This church has before it many places, close places through which it will have to pass before the work of God is crowned with glory on 6th and 7th April 2024. He knows. He knows. The difficulties will be of such a character that the man or woman who does not possess a personal knowledge or witness will fall. I have a personal knowledge and witness that the Book of Mormon is true, that Joseph Smith is true, because they all testify of the great and abominable church. It's true. If you have not got this testimony, you must live right, and call upon the Lord, and cease not until you obtain it. Remember these sayings. The time will come when no man or woman will be able to endure on borrowed light. Each will have to be guided by the light within themselves. If you do not have the knowledge that Jesus is the Christ, how can you stand? So he's leading Mormons to the correct light. But I've told you, you cannot have knowledge because you read the Book of Mormon, read the manuals, and have learned how to regurgitate the stories to other people. We go on missions. All we're doing is quoting scripture, quoting from the little pamphlets that we have, the little discussion books. They've changed it now. Apparently you just go and speak your own doctrine. It's just big thick manual for do your own thing. But Jesus, again, first vision. I just did the video again in a different manner of presentation for you the other day. Jesus was created by Constantine. And it was he and Brigham who purposely lied to the Europeans and the Russians about the identity and the name of the church. They threw in Jesus. That wasn't the name of the church. Jesus is not our Christ. And he knows this. He knows. He knows it's supposed to be a human. He knows. And said otherwise. So yeah, when you know the real church history, what the United States did to shut them down as a criminal organization, you now read their talks and shake and tremble. Dear God, why did the Lord curse me to be born and raised in the Mormon church? What did I do so evil up in the premortal council of heaven to deserve this? Was I a fence sitter? But, yeah, bring your kids home, guys. You do not want to be separated from them when all-out war breaks out. How do I make it more clear to you?